All right, man. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for jumping on once again. It's the blank spot. Putting some late hours in. I think for us anyway. Drop the city and state, like the video and share the video. If you're brand new to the platform, type of number one. If you've been here before, welcome back. We were on earlier today, trying to get a little traction, a little interaction. Once again, do me a favor, guys. If you are tuning in or going to tune in, drop that city and state, like the video and share the video. I think this one right here is going to be more about just sharing content and content creation. So I think I've been thinking about becoming a content creator since I see that's what social media really wants. So I'm thinking about becoming a content creator or taking this thing towards a content more of a content direction. I wonder if anybody who's following us will watch our content, will like log in and tune in to our content. I wonder if anybody would. So, guys, we're located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. If you are not following our platforms, make sure you go ahead and follow us on our Facebook, Instagram. I don't have Instagram up right now, but everything is the blank spot. That's TheBlankSpot. And then subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that bell to be notified. We are broadcasting to Facebook and YouTube right now. Like I said, I'm thinking about becoming a content creator. I don't know if that's something that people just do, and then they start dropping stuff in there. I see a lot of people on social media platforms, specifically TikTok, walking around and sharing stuff about their life. It wouldn't be that type of content that I would be sharing, though. It'd probably be some content that people probably wouldn't want to hear about, but I'm passionate about it, so why not, right? I know that's not probably how content creation works, but probably eventually I'll find somebody that's interested and somebody who wants to hang around and play along, because you never know. With 7+ billion people in the world, you never know who wants to know about business. Long time ago, we had a platform that I was on for our other business that I kind of put to the back burner right now. We kind of talk about business on the blank spot more, but have a platform where I used to talk about business. I would get up early in the morning, like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I do my business content videos talking about business on that platform. And I would get a couple of people on there, but I think TikTok, in my opinion, is not going to be the way to go, especially for my personality, because I think people come on TikTok, and that's just my opinion. I think people come on TikTok looking to mess with you. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Latrice? I think people come on TikTok looking to mess with you. So I'm not a mess with type of personality. All those social media bandits that's hiding behind the platforms, and you could never really get a good conversation from. I could never get a good conversation from people on the TikTok platform when I was talking about business and personal finances. But I did get a lot of feedback. Actually had a lot of people to join one of our memberships while I was teaching and talking about business and personal finance. But I'm really talking about seriously going back into talking about that and actually starting to do some content creation. So I'm really thinking about that. I don't know how it's gonna go. People on social media are so fickle sometimes. What do you need, Christy? We have a number. I mean, everything, all of our contact is on our Facebook. All our social media, all our contact for our business is all on social media. Can you navigate through Facebook? Suzanne, how are you? We're not open right now. We close at 7. But can you navigate on Facebook, Christy? Yeah, I'm thinking about, so some of the content I'll probably be sharing, I'll probably get blasted for it because I will be talking about stuff that happens with potential customers and things that they ask about and talk about. But you know, I'm waiting on you to respond. But it's kind of funny, man. I want to talk about this really quickly, and then I'll go into my little spiel. So I made a post on Facebook the other day, and it's pretty funny. I made one post on Facebook, and the post went a little bit like this. It said, if you were charging something, if you were charging $60 for an item, would you take $50 for it, or would you stand on business? And I did not know that one post was going to draw out all of these hustlers. I had no idea. And I'm going to talk about this. This is part of the content creation, y'all. So I started already, okay? There's a lot of hustlers out there who think that they're business owners. Did y'all know that? There's a lot of hustlers out there. I'm not just talking about people who are doing business on the side, calling it a side hustle. There's a lot of hustlers out there who actually think that they're in business. And I find that kind of funny because they try to have this business-like mindset and this business-like conversation with you. So that one post, I'm not gonna say it went viral, but we never get any interaction on text post. And that one post got like just about maybe 200 comments. And you should go to the Facebook and read for yourself some of the ridiculous responses that people who claim to be in business, how they responded to that question. But it was just basically a question. If you were selling something for $60 and somebody offered you $50, would you take the $50 or would you stand on your prices? And I think a lot of people were answering that question based off of selling something on the street corner. You know what I'm saying? I think that some people that were responding as if they were on the street corner selling a bag of ice. I think people were speaking of selling a bag of ice, right? There was this guy. We were somewhere. I think we were in Florida, but I think we were in Orlando, and this guy was selling ice water on the side of the road, and he had this little milk crate. Y'all know the milk crates, the old style milk crates. He was selling ice water out of a milk crate. He didn't have a bag inside the milk crate. He just had the ice inside the milk crate, and he was selling the water, and all the ice was melting. Ice was melting out of the milk crate. And I thought that was pretty funny. But he was out there getting it. He was hustling. Let me see him read this comment. Francis, what's going on? The Black History transfers and Tumblr raps have been keeping me busy. We have noticed, and we really appreciate your business, ma'am. We really appreciate your business. You looking forward to Mother's Day? We already got some stuff out there for Mother's Day, so I'm looking forward to it as well for you. I appreciate you. I really do. We appreciate you. You'd be surprised, though. Your name is in our thoughts a lot. My wife and I, we're always talking about you because your name comes across ordering from us so much. So that's a good thing for us and for you. So we appreciate that. Yeah. So I'm thinking about becoming a content creator. I'm not sure how it's gonna work out, Latrice. But I'm thinking, I'm probably gonna not make a lot of good contacts. I'm probably gonna tick a lot of people off because of my personality. But the bottom line is this particular live, the name of it says some side hustlers think that they're business owners. So content creation, from what I can see, from what I understand, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know. But content creation, from what I can understand, it's about controversy. All right. Positive thinking. Thanks for jumping on. I think content creation is about controversy. It's about sparking conversations about things that people really don't want to touch and talk about. And the one thing that I found that most people don't want to talk about is business. Even if you're in business, most people don't want to talk about it. And even if you are in business mode or even on a business platform, people think that there's some things that you should not talk about. And they're right. There's some things that you shouldn't talk about your business. You should keep that stuff to yourself. But when you're talking about things that can potentially help somebody, I think it's important. But this particular title, specifically, say you watched our live for 200 minutes. That's what's up. I appreciate you, man. This specific live on our Facebook and YouTube, it says some side hustlers think that they're business owners. So let's go ahead and dive into it. There's a difference between being a business owner and a side hustler. Now, if you're going to be a side hustler, ain't nothing wrong with that. All I do is encourage you to be the best side hustler that you can be. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you do, be the best at it. But the one thing that you cannot do as a side hustler that a business owner can do is you can't write off your lifestyle. So while you're out there getting the bag and getting all this money up under the table, and while you're out there, most likely you're going to be the one that's taking that $50 instead of that $60 and standing on business. You're going to be the one that's always looking for the next big hustle. And what I've learned on social media, specifically in the crafting industry, is that crafters, and I said this the other day, most crafters, not all, but most of them look for three things. They look for three things. They look for free information. They look for cheap items. And they look for fast ways to make money. Now, I don't know if there's any Bible scholars out there at all, but the Bible talks about schemes and scams. And not necessarily so much talking about a scam right now, but it talks about schemes. And it basically says that anything that you get fast will not last. So I see a lot of crafters following a lot of popular content creators. And I can name names, but I won't today. But in the future, I will. Because, it sells. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of content that gets likes on our platform and gets views on our platform. People like controversy. But there's a lot of, I call them craftators. Y'all heard me say that before. Some of y'all probably heard me say that before. Craftators. Those are the craft content creators. So I'm gonna wait. Christy Salem, you asked me at 7:24 did I have a number. I responded to you with asking you, telling you that our information was on the platform, and did you have a problem with navigating? I'm waiting on your response to see if I can help you any further. Okay, all of our email, our phone information, our business hours, all that stuff is on our platform. So let me know. Don't stand me up. You asked me and I responded. So, yeah. So I said this: craftators. A craftator is a crafting content creator. All right. That's my term. I made it. That's mine. All right. A craftator is a crafting content creator. And you always got these craftators out there. And I didn't say hater. You always got these craft content creators out here trying to get in your pocket and tell you stupid stuff. Silly stuff, right? Like everything should be DIY. Have y'all heard of that? Have y'all heard of that before? Any crafters? Everything should be DIY. That's probably the dumbest thing that I've ever heard. But what happens is when they tell you this, you actually believe it. And I think you probably believe it because you want to. I'm better than amazing, man. Thanks for asking. I think you probably believe it because you want to. I think you probably believe it because you think that doing everything yourself is saving you some money. But a DIY can save you money. But if you're not educated enough or skilled enough, it can also cost you some money. So the craftator, excuse me, that's the craft content creator, has corralled you in, right? They got your attention. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick because I need y'all to kind of see what I'm saying and read it, okay? I need y'all to see this because when you see this, you'll better understand what I'm talking about. Can y'all read this? I'm sorry I'm backwards over here on Tickety Tack. All right, that's better. Can y'all see this? So I want y'all to focus, no pun intended. I want y'all to focus here and here. This says focus. Where your attention goes, your results flow. But this actually should say focus. Where your attention goes, your money flows. That's what the craft aiders have gotten down pat. And an old honest country boy like me, I'm just hating because I can't stand it. I can't stand to see people get manipulated. But for the life of me, I don't know why you just can't stay away from the light, Caroline. Most of y'all can't stay away from the light. You're drawn to that excitement, that glittery, sparkling thing. Tell me I'm wrong and I'll stop right now. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll let it go. I'll leave it alone. We got some participation out there. I'm waiting on y'all. If you're just joining, this is the blank spot. And this is kind of like a test, Suzanne. This is kind of a test of my content creation style. Y'all let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how I'm doing. Because remember, I figured out that content creation has a lot to do with being messy and petty. Yeah. So what's happening is they're telling you to do everything yourself. For example, I was watching one craft content creator tell their audience, and it's their space, they can tell you what they want to tell you. It's up to you to believe it or think that it's right or not. I was watching one craft content creator because she has a she uses these workforce printers, right? Thanks for the gift. She uses these workforce printers. And she seems to be a nice personality. She seems to be a nice woman. But she uses these workforce printers. And nothing wrong with that because we got two workforces over there that we used to do sublimation. We converted them back to regular printers because we're going to be doing some other things. Because we have our own printers and, anyway. So she shows you how to make an all-over shirt. She shows you how to print an all-over shirt using paper rolls. And I think that's pretty cool because when you use sublimation paper rolls, you can actually print. If you got an Epson printer, you can print up to 47 inches long on a desktop printer. So I think it's pretty cool because you can do that. But now what's happening is some of her audience has taken that DIY too far. You're probably saying, what do you mean, man? What you talking about? Some of her audience has taken that DIY from I'm just doing some stuff for me and my family and my close friends and relatives to now I'm going to DIY myself into a business. Yeah, okay. Y'all wasn't ready for that. And now there's let me use my words carefully, ignorance, the lack of knowing. There's an ignorance that's in the air because I can't tell you if this young lady is a business owner or not. She seems to have a pretty good business model though, but I can't tell you if she's a business owner or not. But I can definitely tell you that I've never seen on her lives or any of her replays where she was actually teaching crafters how to turn business owner. I haven't seen it because the crafter is nothing more than pretty much a hobbyist, right? Unless you decide to commit to becoming a business owner, you're just going to be a hobbyist. And if you start selling stuff, which nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with selling some stuff on the side. That's between you and the IRS. That's between you. That's between you and Uncle Sam. There's nothing wrong with you selling stuff on the side and making some money. All right, that's your choice. That's your pocketbook. That's your, that's your business. That's your, your thing. But here's the thing: when you try to do it at a larger level, at a larger scale, what you find yourself doing now is you are putting yourself in a nasty position because you learned DIY, right? You learned DIY. That's how you learned. However, you are now trying to operate a business DIY with smaller equipment. And nobody's in your head, or you're not following or watching anybody that I think that's telling you, hey, if you're going to do this, there's different levels to this thing. If you're going to do this and start selling, there's some things that you can do yourself. Yeah. But then also you might want to outsource some of these things. I've seen people on this platform sitting down on the floor, piecing paper together like it's a puzzle, making an all over transfer, and then pressing it with an easy press. There's a difference between a side hustler and a business owner. There's differences. There's lots of differences. So, there's nothing wrong with being a side hustler. You know what I'm saying? If you're a side hustler, claim it. If that's what you want to do, if you want to learn how to craft, if you want to get your vehicle and sell some stuff out the back of your trunk, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But just be what you say you're going to be. Don't try to get on our platform, anybody else's that's talking business, and try to have a business conversation. Not saying that you're not intelligent enough to do so, but I want you to think about something. If you're walking around with Velcro across your shoes, you can't tell me how to tie my shoes because I got strings, right? So user, not answering that question. What I need you to do is introduce yourself. Number one, that's what we're doing over here. Because I don't know who you are. You don't have a profile, image, or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Introduce yourself before you come on here and start asking questions. That's what TikTok does. TikTok says, hey, you know what? I can just come on and I can just, drive by, get your answers and roll out. You ain't gave me no likes. You ain't gave me no hey. You ain't gave me nothing. You're going to give me something on here before I give you something. We ain't playing them games. I told y'all, right? I'm about to do some content creation. I'm going to do some content creation. Good evening. Thanks for jumping on. Drop that city and state. Now you good, Latrice. You tight. It's easy. It's easy to come on a platform. It's easy to come on a platform and ask a question. So here's the thing. This is what I noticed, right? This is what I noticed. I am working too hard. What I noticed, East of South Carolina, we're right here in Columbia. What I noticed was that people will watch you on your platform for 2-3 minutes, 30 seconds, a minute, whatever. They'll kind of sit back. Sometimes if they're smart, they'll sit back and watch what's going on to see how they can jump in and, but then I think what happened was we got too much thumbs involved and people forgot how to say hello. And then other social media creators, they're not saying, hey, well, no, why don't you just say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Vaughn, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on. What's the best printer to make sublimation shirts? Drop your city and state and I'll answer that question. If you haven't done so, if I may have missed it. If I did, I apologize. Monique, good evening. Y'all coming in fast. I'm folding these shirts up. We got an event this weekend. Tennessee, Miami, Florida, Greenville, North Carolina. What's up? Mobile, Houston, Texas. I got you. So the best, and go back with that question. I'm rolling back. The best printer to make sublimation shirts is a sublimation printer. Now it depends on your budget. It's going to depend on your budget. There are actual sublimation printers. Tucson, Arizona, Zanesville, Ohio. Thank you, Kentucky. I appreciate it. Philly, Alexandria. We're from Baton Rouge. Now, what I will tell you is that there are lots of sublimation printers out there. Brother just came out with one. I'm not too familiar with it. Sawgrass has been around for a while. We use Epson printers. we actually have a sublimation printer bundle that is for sale. You can go and look on our website and check out the sublimation printer bundle. But I would actually say get a sublimation printer, not get a printer to convert to sublimation. It's going to depend on your budget as well. Okay, it's going to depend on your budget. Appreciate the likes, appreciate the support. What about a white toner printer? That's not sublimation. I don't know about white toner. Now there's somebody on YouTube right now that's listening. He has a white toner printer. We don't do DTF, and there's no such thing as a best. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all got to stop that too. Let me turn y'all on to something real quick. Let's say I knew what the best of everything that y'all asking me is. Do y'all want to know what the best is, or do y'all want to know what the most cost effective is, or the most affordable is? I think some of y'all came on, y'all missed my first spiel, right? Y'all missed my first spiel. Most people ain't looking for the best because you can't afford it. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not counting your pockets. Most affordable, okay? So if you're looking at a sublimation printer, I can't speak on DTF. I don't do DTF. If you're looking for a sublimation printer, Epson has small format printers. We carrying them right now. It's a F170. It's an 8.5 inch wide format. It's a small format. Now here's the thing. Most people, they want to absolutely. Everybody's best ain't the same. Most people want wide format, but the only wide format sublimation printer, you're going to have to go to the Sawgrass family. Y'all got to do your research. You got to go to the Sawgrass family. And then if you want to get bigger, you got to go to the Epson F570, which is a 24 inch wide printer. You're talking about $2,500, $2,600. You know? So you gotta, the Sawgrass ink is expensive. That's the next thing. But y'all trying to derail me off my content. I'm trying to create content. I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about hustlers and business owners. That's what I want to talk about. Anybody out here business owner? Type a number 2 in the comments if you're a business owner. That's what I want to talk about, C. Shay. What my number 2 is at? If you're a business owner, type a number 2 in the comments. Do y'all know the difference between a business owner and a hustler? Anybody out here? Type a number 3 if you're a hustler. Talk to me. What my number 3 is at? I need my hustlers because my hustlers keep me honest. My side hustlers keep me honest. I got you. Hatfield, I got you. I wanna. So you're a hustling business owner. You can't do that. You can't do that. You know you can't do that, right? You're either gonna be a hustler or a business owner. You can't do that. Y'all, I need to ask a serious question. Someone says CJ said I used to be a side hustler. Is that DeSheila? I don't want to mess it up. How you doing? Steve said I learned one thing: check every box, check every corner, and understand one mistake can cost you a lot. Absolutely. Why not? You want to know that for real? Step up. Step up if you can. Let me turn my mic on. Hold on for a second. Stitch and Shine, what's happening?
How you doing?
I'm better than amazing. Tell the people who you are, what you do. I don't want your nickname. You can give me your first government name. Who you are, what you do, and where you coming in from. Please and thank you.
Ernestine, Texas.
Okay. What part of Texas?
El Paso.
Okay. You in the military?
Was.
Okay, I was in the military too. I know what's down there. All right.
Yeah, was.
Okay, so tell me where you from originally?
Virginia.
Okay. What area in Virginia?
Dirty Bird, Petersburg.
Petersburg. All right. So you asked me, you said, why can you not be a business owner and a hustler?
Yes.
Can you be a business owner and a hustler? It's a conflict. So are you a business owner right now?
I am.
Okay, so that means that you keep your records, right?
I do.
That means that you claim your business taxes on your business, right?
I do.
Okay. You're keeping records. You are reporting your income, your profits and loss to the IRS, right?
Yes.
So what you want to be a hustler for? There's no benefits to being a buster. There's no benefits. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. There's no benefits to being in the streets when you can be legal. I've not seen one hustler be able to write off their expenses, write off their lifestyle. I've not seen one hustler be able to lower their taxes. I've not seen one hustler cash flow. All I see is a hustler drop from pillar to post, getting to the next thing.
You're right. If you look at it that way, I didn't look at hustling that way.
That's the only way I know how to look at it. Hustling is not a good word. It was. I'm not old school, but I'm from an older school. We was taught that hustling was a good word because people don't want to call a business just in case it fails.
I feel you.
It's called accountability and responsibility. You was in the military, right?
You're right.
So now you ask yourself, when I'm sitting in a board meeting, when I'm sitting in front of someone else who has money and I'm looking to get a contract from them, do I want to come in like I'm a hustler or do I want to come in like I'm a business owner?
Business.
Okay. So now that means, how old are you if you don't mind me asking?
41.
Okay, so you too old to be acting like that. You are. You know you are. You too old to be acting like that.
To say I'm a hustler.
You can have a hustle. You can have a hustle nature to get up and get after it. That's the other part of what people made hustling like, to make it more acceptable to society. But hustle's about pimps and hoes. It's about night walking and hustling. It's about pool sharks and gambling, and that's what hustling is about. I'm from Baton Rouge.
From the old school?
I'm from old school. I'm from the boot.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Original, I got you.
But so when you sit there and say that, you're saying that most likely because of the company that you keep.
No.
Okay, so why? Why are we trying to be cool like that? I'm cool when I make money.
It's you're right. It's not that I'm trying to be cool. I told you I didn't look at it from the business aspect or for the way that you did. I'm just,
yes, ma'am.
My mentality, I'm going to hustle. That means I'm just working hard.
Yeah. So, but check this out. When we start saying things and speaking things into existence, we start becoming them things.
You're right.
And then what else happens? We start attracting things to us. Watch this. I'm gonna share something with you. It's gonna turn you on. No. No, I ain't gonna preach.
Okay.
I ain't gonna preach. I just teach. all I do is share and educate.
You can teach.
All I do is share and educate. So check this out. This is for everybody who's listening, right? I don't know if you came on. I don't know when you came on, but I made a post.
I just popped on. This is my first time ever watching.
Well, congratulations and welcome. I appreciate it. Hopefully you'll be back. I made a post 1 day ago, and I saw this young lady in a van. I'm thinking she was up north, and she was selling embroidery hats. I'm talking about from where I could see the hats were tight. I would have paid $60, no question, because that was their price anyway. But she said her hats were $60. Well, an older guy came up, black guy came up. She was black too. Older black guy came up. He said, I only have $50. I want a hat. She should have stopped him there. But see, people do business different in different areas, right?
They do.
You've been in the military. You probably experienced some of the people from up north, Midwest, out west, down south. Our grind is different, right?
It is.
Conversation is different. So she should have stopped him right there. That's what I would have done. But he said I only got 50. She had a little basketball goal rim in the truck, and she had a little ball. And she said, "I tell you what, if you make it, you can pay 50. If not, you pay full price." And the caption said, "I didn't really think he would make it." Why would you give him the opportunity if you are a business owner?
You're right.
So
that wasn't her clientele, her niche.
That wasn't her people. So I said, if you were selling something for $60 and someone offered you 50 instead, would you take the 50 or would you stand on business? I'll stand on business and my tax too. I got over 200 comments on here, and the majority of them, I pulled a lot of hustlers out here, but this was only content. It was only content.
I'm gonna have to go check it out.
It's only content. I don't care about anything that they said because it boosted up our money. We're monetized. Yeah. So I don't care. But I did respond. And in responding, I realized that I unearthed a lot of hustlers who think that they're business owners. And ain't nothing wrong with being a hustler. If you're gonna hustle and you're gonna get the next best thing out there, there's nothing wrong with that. But be what you're gonna be. But you can't be on both sides of the fence. You got to be hot or cold. And
hot or cold, not warm.
You can't be warm. But I've never seen a hustler take advantage of tax benefits.
They can't.
I mean, you know, I never.
Can't. I'm just believe it at that.
I never seen a hustler worry about inventory. And most hustlers, they buy something for $5, they want to double their money and sell it for 10. And if they want to sell it for 10, they're gonna ask for 15 or 20 and settle for 10. That's a hustle mindset.
It is.
But most of the people that answered or responded to that,
hustlers want fast money.
They want fast money. But most of the people that responded to that comment, they weren't talking about nothing about my website. They weren't talking about nothing about my business. All they said was if I post something or if I share something, and I'm thinking to myself, I got some great content going, but that's about it. I couldn't ask any of those people for directions. It was probably about 5, maybe 10 of them, maybe 10 that I could ask for directions. The rest of them, they were lost. People really think that they're running a business talking about, well, I'll take 50, maybe I'll take 55. It depends. It depends on the time of the year. If I want to sell it for 50, then I'm going to reduce it, put it on my clearance section. But if I said it's going to be this much, I've already calculated the cost, the overhead. I've already calculated what profit that I want to make. Then there's this one clown, and y'all remember I'm doing content, y'all. So yeah, it's going to get a little reckless. There was this one clown that came on there from Washington State. He couldn't read, he couldn't write. He needed to do spell check. He talked about how people were stupid, that if they believed that these companies were, not taking the money and getting the sale. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, I don't believe anybody on here is stupid. I think a lot of people may be uninformed, but I don't think they're stupid. Secondly, you need to use spell check because some of the words that you wrote, I had to figure out what you were saying. And lastly, when you come on somebody's platform, I love it when people engage. But when you give direct advice, recommendations, and suggestions, and I look at your platform and you're answering me from a personal page, I'm just saying. I have personal social media pages so I can have my business page. I don't have time for social media. Everything I do is business media. So, to each his own. Everybody else, they can keep it moving. But the bottom line is there's a huge difference between a side hustler and a business owner. Nothing negative with being either one, but you got to know what it means, and you have to understand that when you decide to be a hustler, you're giving up your wealth. You didn't think it was going that way, did you?
No, I did not.
Different perspective. Do you realize that the biggest expense that we have in this country is taxes?
It is.
And the only way that you can legally, morally, and ethically lower your taxes without getting any repercussions or any recourse is to either have a business or to be an active investor. That's the only two ways. So if The 1% is using the business as a strategy to legally lower their taxes and keep more of their money, to increase their cash flow, to become tax wealthy, use that money, put it back in their household, put it back in their business, put it back in their circulation to grow and build. Why do I want to be a hustler again? This ain't a conversation that people want to have. It's not a sexy conversation. Sexy is this. This is sexy. I made $1. That's sexy. That's all people want to know. How much money I can make. But people are around here following these broke down, cracked out craft content creators, and they're hustling. Matter of fact, the next major holiday is Easter. If you go to social media right now, you're going to see everybody shuffling to do the next big Easter trend. Nothing wrong with that. I hope y'all make some money. But I promise you, the person that you're following, they're going to be doing something else next time, next year. Every time there's something to do, they're going to be doing it. And they got your attention. So therefore, where your attention goes, your money flows. And the whole time, we're excited about crafting. We're excited about hustling. And they're getting your money. That's my part. So being a hustler ain't bad if that's what you want to be. But being a hustler, you're not going to build no wealth. You're going to always be hustling. You'll always be hustling. So what'd you do in the military? Uh-oh.
Everything.
Everything.
I was a machinist welder.
Okay. So you went to the military and got a skill. You literally got a skill that you can use on the outside. Well, but I'm saying yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I did.
So how long you been out?
Yeah, I did. 17.
Okay.
17 years, I guess.
And what do you do? What do you do for work now?
Now on a alteration shop, so an alteration shop.
So you full time?
Full time.
Okay. You got any employees?
Just me.
Okay. So my question to you is, with being full time with no employees, what's one of the best ways that you found to increase your cash flow?
The best ways I found to increase my cash flow.
Yeah.
What's one of the best ways I found to? I'm investing.
Okay.
Invested. I mean.
Well, that's gonna make you some more.
Right now,
that's gonna make you some more money. That's gonna make you some more money. But inside your business, what's the best way that you found so far to increase your cash flow? You see how the numbers going down on YouTube? I mean, on TikTok. This ain't what they want to hear. They want drama. People don't want to be educated about business and money and finance. So one of the things that we talk about. One of the things we talk about is we talk about record keeping. Record keeping is going to help you to get more tax benefits, more tax deductions. If you can lower your expenses, which your biggest expense is taxes, and increase your cash flow, whether you do great in the year of 2026 or whether you kind of break even, you're most likely going to have way more expenses than you will have income. So if I don't do well in 2026, if I don't hit that 6.5, 7-figure mark, but I attempted to make a profit in business and I actually annotated all my records, I recorded my expenses, I put everything down, I dotted my I's across my T's at tax time, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to be qualified for a fat business refund check.
You're right.
And that big fat business, refund check is going to keep me in business.
You're right.
But the problem is, whether you got a job full-time or work a business part-time or vice versa, most people don't get that meat because they're too busy trying to figure out how to make something to sell. What happens if you're a bad salesperson? and you don't make no money.
You ain't gonna have no business. Nobody gonna want to come to you.
That's the surface. I just told you what happens if you in business and don't make any money, but you actually use the strategies. You're gonna file your taxes every year anyway,
So,
right?
yes.
You're gonna file your taxes every year anyway. So why not
So you
hold
might
out?
be okay for next year.
So why not hold out? And sometimes, depending on where it is, you may be better than okay. You may just need that extra couple of grand, 5, 6 grand, 7, 8 grand. I remember one year we had a little over 10 grand in business refund because we took a huge loss. We didn't have to fudge it. We took a huge loss, but we still attempted to make a profit. That right there can set yourself up for the next step, the next level. But folks are not looking to learn that. All they're looking to learn is how to make stuff and sell stuff. But if you don't understand that it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep, that's not just a saying. That's really a thing. Everybody talk about get the bag. We all want to get to the money, but not a lot of people know how to keep it. That's the problem. And we're following people who are just as ignorant as we are that don't know how to keep it. So when we talk about getting to the bag and we're following somebody who's showing you how much money they're making on a regular basis, and they're showing you what they're spending their money, and they're showing you what they're looking like, whether they got a bag, whether they got shoes, whether they got a car or a house, those things are material. They're not looking for people to educate them. And if they were, the person that they follow them 9 times out of 10 can't do it either because they don't know how to do it anyway. It's a hustle. So a lot of y'all following hustlers. Y'all think y'all following business owners, but y'all following hustlers. It's a thing. It really is. But now, man, I just wanted to holler at you for a minute because there's a lot of people, especially who look like you and me, think that we're doing one thing and we're not. As a matter of fact, we got some of the same stories being in the military. We probably walked along some of the same trails, and nobody taught me this while I was in the military. And then you go back and look at lower income people that has no color. Poverty don't have a color. So when you're talking about people who are under a certain amount every year, but I sit there and say, hey, you know what? If you start you a business on the side, a home-based business, you can start writing off your expenses, start writing off your lifestyle. And you say, oh man, I ain't got time for that. I just want to make a little money and get you leaving all that money on top of the table. Because if you were at a job and they told you to annotate your records, if they told you to write down your expenses, if they told you to write this stuff down, you shut up and you do it. Because you want to get paid that next week or that next 2 weeks. But when somebody's coming to you saying, hey, you know what? You can use this strategy to lower your taxes to keep more of your money, whether you're making money in business or not, you can use this strategy. And the first thing they say, man, keep on moving. I don't want to hear it. I'm just hustling.
I ain't got time.
I ain't got time.
It's too hard.
Yeah, it's too hard. I'm too busy hustling. But that's what we get. So that being said, the topic, y'all, is some side hustlers think that they business owners for real. And when you break it down to the lowest common denominator, most people, all they want is an opportunity to make more money. They want to live a better life. They want to be able to go on vacation. Matter of fact, I love when people say they got a good paying job. Most people who have good paying jobs and they end up starting a business and quitting because they say, well, I just started this business. I got a good paying job, but I started this business because I wanted to get out of debt faster, or I wanted to go on vacation. But you had a good paying job. What you need a business for if you got a good paying job? Don't understand the strategies. Don't understand the strategies. And because you don't understand the strategies, you're gonna forever be hustling. So I know that people don't want to hear that. 1 in 10 probably want to sit around and listen to that type of conversation because it ain't exciting. You're not looking at me sitting here printing stuff and cutting stuff and making stuff. You don't see that. All you see is that this guy's boring. He's talking about investing and starting a business and learning strategies to keep more of your money until you make 55, 60, 65, 70. till you run out of time. You know, some people I just don't want to do business with. Some people I just don't want to deal with. And that's one of the greatest things about being a small business owner, in my opinion. One of my greatest things. I can ignore people when they type stuff on social media because their tone, it turns me off. I'm trying to get to the point to where I'm no longer on here visibly being seen, and we just building our business and building up and building further and building further. See, people get mad when they don't have access to you as a small business. They want to touch you. They want to be able to call you.
What all do you do?
So we do sublimation. We have 2 sublimation printers back here. So we print sublimation transfers. We sell our own sublimation shirts, our own sublimation paper, ink. We sell screen print transfers. You can see that right there. Got screen print transfers right there. Oh, that's a turn. Screen print transfers. We have heat adhesive transfers, like with your embroidery patches. We have chenille patches, rhinestone transfers, anything that can help a t-shirt business get going. That's what we're doing.
Okay. Do you do chenille patches or
no. So
okay.
Everything we're doing, we outsourcing. The only thing we're doing in-house is our sublimation.
Sublimation. Okay.
Yeah. So do you make chenille patches?
I don't. Fall fake ones.
Faux? Okay. All right.
Fake, yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, it's an opportunity to possibly connect.
Faux ones.
So it's possibly an opportunity to network with each other. Because at the end of the day, your business model is embroidery, but you may want to extend. You never know. You know what I'm saying? We may need to get some things from you. So but the whole idea is we also do adhesive stickers. We do banners. We just recently got a EcoSolver printer, so we're doing that as well.
Okay.
Man, we do a lot of little things to help people get started. The one thing we don't do and won't do is DTF. Why? Because now this is where the drama comes, because DTF is a lie. It's a lie.
It is.
Yeah, but it's quick. It's quick and it's what people want. So to me, DTF is a moral dilemma. Because we have a custom side as well. So if I had a customer, they wanted some custom items and it required DTF, I know where to go to get some quality DTFs. At the same time, you got to ask yourself, how long is it going to last? It ain't gonna last long.
Why do you think it won't?
Because history has shown, and scientifically it lets you know, everything's about carrying instructions. Everything's about carrying instructions. All right. So when you have a printing process or a transfer process that says, hey, you can't wear no oils, right? See where I'm going? You can't wear no oils. They're testing the shirt to see if the transfer is gonna stretch with the shirt. They got these new pads that you have to use to press to actually get it inside. You got these sprays and all. Come on, man. Watch this. If I have to hold my hand up to get a signal, and you asking me what's wrong with you, well, the internet guy told me I had to hold my hand up to get a signal. I'm not gonna ask you, is there any other way I can get a signal? No, everybody's running around and holding their hands up. They're not asking questions. There's processes that will last longer than DTF, that are better than DTF, but they're not as cost effective. So when you're doing a clothing line, when somebody's doing a clothing line, they have to be careful and mindful because that clothing line has their names on it. And
I have a clothing brand, and
okay.
I do actually a little bit of everything: sublimation, silk screening,
okay,
embroidery, DTF, and the custom side is my favorite.
Really?
Custom side is my favorite.
So why is custom side your favorite?
Because it's giving people something that nobody else has.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, but I do. I do. I have two businesses. So for my sewing alteration side,
I got you. I mean, I'm with it. If you like it, I love it. You know, I don't have time. I don't. Only time we doing custom, like we got an event this weekend. We'll be in Charlotte this weekend. And we go out there on our custom side. We actually press shirts on site. For me, the only thing that we do that's custom, we make we use the heat transfer patches, the adhesive patches, and we do camo jackets on site. So the customer gets to come in, they pick out the transfers they want, and yeah, it's kind of cool, you know, until that the euphoric feeling goes away, because here's the thing about custom. I'm gonna share this with you. You may not agree, and that's cool. People shop at Walmart off the rack.
They do.
They get the same thing everybody else gets. They go to Belk.
They do.
They go to Macy's. They go and get the same thing off the rack. As soon as they hear that somebody can do something special for them, now you got to go all around the world. You got to find out how they want it. You got to find out if they like it this way. And if you don't have any standards, and if you don't give them so many edits or changes, then you're going to end up tying yourself up with custom. And what I talk to crafters about, craft business owners about, once again, it's not always received, is that, yeah, if you want to do custom and personalization, then you got to know how to design. If not, you got to be ready to pay somebody to design. Most crafters and most craft businesses don't know how to do that.
They don't.
So why the hell are they doing custom?
I don't know. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
For me, for instance, for the embroidery side, I get people all the time that don't know how to digitize. I do my own digitizing. I've been doing it for 17 years. Well, you have local shops here. They say, "Oh, I have to take 2 weeks because they have to send the digitizing out to get somebody else to do it."
Well, I think that embroidery is different. It's a skill set that's developed, in my opinion. And being able to digitize has a lot to do with taking the time to be educated and honed in on your skill set.
Yes, it does.
So it's not that people don't have the time, it's that folks that want to make the time and they don't want to sit there and say, well, it's going to cost you another $15 to digitize it or $20 to digitize it. Because we're dealing with people and personalities who charge, who swipe a credit card for the stuff that they want, but they beg for what they need. New Edition.
You're right.
I didn't know New Edition was in Charlotte last week. Everybody went to the New Edition concert that went. I don't know how much tickets cost, it don't matter. But then that same everybody gonna come back and say, hey, you know what? Well, can you do it for this much? I can do it for what it says on the website. You know what I'm saying? The price, yeah. And that's what the conversation was about that comment when I said, if you're selling something for $60, would you take 50 or would you stand on business? See, what we do is we buy what we want. There's no such thing as a money shortage, because if it was, it would be another Great Depression. People have money to spend on what they want to spend on. They just don't find your products or our products more fulfilling than they find entertainment. That's just my opinion. So doing custom and personalization, I don't have a problem with it. But I know that I'm not going to be that guy that's going to sit down with somebody on the phone and email them back and forth. And I ain't got time for all that, man. I'm trying to build a business. I don't have time for it. I outsource it to somebody that wants to do it. I'll press it for you. The closest we get to customization over here is, like I said, that jacket, and or if somebody wants to do graduation shirts. Like we got a huge heat press, right? We do 3D shirts. So we have generic transfers that you could choose to transfer, give us a good picture, we drop that picture in, voila, there you go. Same thing for Memorial. Yeah. But you sitting there talking about, yeah, I want Brick City and I want it looking like this. And everybody got time for that, man. I'm trying to build a business. We're just not compatible in that way. And it's okay that I'm not that person's service person and that they're not going to be my business owner. It's okay. I come to grips with that. But a lot of people don't like that because the first thing customers will say, well, you think you're too good. Yeah, I do. I'll be 54 in October. I got more time behind me than I got in front of me. I want to spend the rest of my days enjoying my life with my wife. I won't be sitting here talking about, hey, I'm just leaving a voicemail because he ain't answering their phone. I'm just leaving a voicemail to let you know that I need you to check your email because your image is ready to get approved. Nobody got time for that, man. That's time consuming. That's time consuming. It takes away from productivity. And the person that's not building a business would not understand that. But a customer that wants what they want, they're gonna always want what they want. You never make them happy. So our clientele is always we're gonna always draw crafters to us, people who just want to get started. You want some transfers, you want some garments, you want to get started, yada yada yada. Then guess what? You can go ahead and you can come in. You can come in and get started. But the whole idea behind it is if you want to know how to do something, we're not sitting back there giving no class, man. That's time consuming. There's enough people out here lying to you on social media. Go find one of the people to lie to you and tell you that you can be great. Because I'm being real. The last, I want to say the last, and there's a young lady on here right now. She's an older lady, but she's on here right now. She burning our website up. She keep on grabbing stuff, keep on getting stuff. There's actually two ladies that's doing that on a regular basis, burning it up. There's one young lady that actually reached out to us and was like, hey, thanks for helping me to reignite my business. People who want to do it, they're gonna do it. So why are we walking around like we blind, like we helpless? If it was a job, you get it done. So and nobody wants to pay for classes. I told you, most crafters either want it for free. Because if you want it for free, you don't want it from me. They want it, they want it at low cost, or they're trying to make fast money. Not everybody, but most of them.
Majority.
And majority. when you because you can't control who you attract. But I can control who I repel.
You can control who you repel. You can.
Absolutely.
You can.
I don't want no lazy people around me. I don't want anybody around me who can't take the truth. If they can't take the truth, the truth is not going to always be wrapped up in a bow. It's not. The truth, when I tell my truth, the way God gives me to tell my truth, it's a repellent to people. That lets me know if you can take and handle how I share the truth, then we cool. Because I know you're going to give it right back to me. I don't want nobody to let me fall or get hit by a vehicle in the middle of the road. I don't need that. I need somebody to let me know, hey, listen, you need to straighten up, man. You need to, that's the people I need in my life. I don't need nobody patting me on the back talking about, hey, you didn't do good this time, but next time, man, that's elementary, man. That's grade school. Listen, you can't design. You ain't putting no time in it. You ain't going to be good unless you do it, unless you keep at it. And you still may not be as good. So you may need to outsource.
Ain't nothing wrong with outsourcing.
What you want me to do? But see, that's the crafting mindset now. The crafting mindset, they don't want the crafting mindset. They've been taught to DIY, right?
But the big box is making it hard for crafters because every time you go into one of the big box places, everything that they're doing outside, they putting it in the store quick.
Yeah,
for less.
That's true. That's true. And people wonder how we're still in business. Mm-hmm. You have to learn how to pivot. You have to understand what's going on. You may have to lower your profit and sell in volume and take a lower profit for now.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's a conversation that we have a business membership as well. We have conversations like that in our business membership. Okay. And people, like I said, on the outside, you'll hear a lot of people say, I want to be in business, or I want to get started. We got about 6,600 people in a private Facebook group right now. You would think the people that said that they wanted to be in business and they joined our group, that they were like, okay, where's the membership? Let's get started. Let's get it cracking. No, you know why? Because they in a private Facebook group thinking that somebody's about to give them some nuggets. You're getting it right now. If y'all watching, these are your nuggets. Join the business. Join the membership.
Take the first step.
That's it.
First step.
I'm not going to be out here giving away my experience and my time for free. We did that when we was in the military. We did that for years. People are doing that for years on the job. For some reason, this society expects you to help everybody. Everybody ain't my assignment. Everybody ain't my assignment. Everybody's not my responsibility. See, the numbers go low on social media when you're not saying what people want to hear. We got over 30,000 people that's following us on TikTok. We got over 100,000 on Facebook, over 7,000 on YouTube. We got 8 right now combined on Facebook and YouTube, and we got 16 on TikTok. Because I'm not on here cussing and fussing. I'm not sitting here talking about somebody. I ain't telling you some dirty, nasty stories. I ain't standing on the table doing dances, cartwheels, and flips. I'm not entertaining you. So this ain't what you want to hear. Yet you're a crafter or a craft business owner on the business page. Make that make sense. Make it make sense.
Where you guys located?
We're in Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah. Columbia, South Carolina.
That's there.
It's yeah. I got a lot to say about that too, but that's where we are now. But where we're located, we online. We're online. Yeah, that's where we at. We're online, man. But no, man, I mean,
online.
That's all. That's where we're at. So I mean, back to your comment. Yeah, you can have a hustle. You can have a hustle mentality to get things done. But just my opinion, man. When you start talking about that, I'm a hustler. I got a side hustle. This stuff. People, in my opinion, people don't respect that word. Certain people do, but a lot of people don't take me seriously if I say, hey, I'm hustling. I mean, yeah, I've been a hustler, and I know what that means. But now I'm a business owner, and I know what that means. So when you start to grow in your business, and your vocabulary starts to change, and your education and understanding starts to change, you begin to elevate. You begin to keep moving, and people think that you feel like you're too good, but all you're doing is you're steadily moving.
Yes.
And they're not. So you're not leaving anybody behind. They just stop moving.
They think you're leaving them behind.
Well, that's because they're looking. they looking and they're not working.
That's it.
See, everybody got faith until it's time to do some work.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody know a higher power. Everybody know a higher power when they need to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But everybody talk about, people talk about, I have faith in this and I got faith in that. Show me the work. I don't know what you've been reading.
Without work is what?
It's dead. But show me the work. What you've been reading to tell you that all you needed was a little faith. You missing an ingredient. So, well, yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna start doing some content creation. It probably won't go anywhere. I'm gonna create me another platform because I don't want to spoil this one. But I'm gonna create another platform. I mean, I don't care about TikTok. I'll keep the same thing on TikTok because personally, to be perfectly honest, all we're doing on TikTok is fishing. If you're on TikTok right now, go follow us on Facebook and on YouTube. I don't have anything good to say about TikTok. I did the TikTok shop. We've been in the grind with TikTok, and we when it first got started. And matter of fact, there was a clown that came on today. I was telling people that hey, you know what? If you're on TikTok, go to the link in the description. You want to shop with us? We don't have a TikTok shop. This buddy was like, hey boss, it might be a good idea to open up a TikTok shop and advertise your business that way. I'm like, I didn't tell him what I wanted to tell him, because after I thought about it, I should have said I was on TikTok before they had TikTok shop, when they allowed us to have our websites connected, our stores.
Mhm.
And TikTok shop, just like any other platform, customers on TikTok shop are not your customers. They belong to TikTok.
Yes.
And TikTok keeps on changing their rules about how fast you have to get the stuff out. And they let people walk all over you. And, you know, they order something and it wasn't what they thought it was. They think they're on Amazon, just giving stuff back.
Like every week. The rules change every week.
It's changing every week. Now, since they had a new changeover, so I don't need some young buster telling me about I should be on TikTok shop. How can I be on TikTok advertising my business and I don't have a TikTok shop? Man, kick rocks. Because at the end of the day, I don't have to be on TikTok shop to advertise my business. We're still getting customers off of TikTok.
You want to drive your customers where you want them at.
Absolutely, to a website. But the young generation don't understand that. And not that I can't learn something from somebody young, but I mean, you talking with your thumbs, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
TT shop.
So, but yeah, man, that's where we at. So, like I said, I'm gonna start, for everybody who's still hanging on, I am gonna start a content creation spot. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it. I'm thinking about doing a podcast as well, because I got a lot to say. And whether y'all watch it or not, whether the people that know me watch it or not, there's 7+ billion people out there that I can use to build and monetize.
Somebody gonna watch it.
And I think that people get wrapped up into who's currently watching or who's currently following, not understanding that there's more people out there looking for you and what you have to say. So, yeah. So yeah, man, that's. But I mean, being a hustler, man, if that's what you want to do, like I said, you ain't no young person no more. You know what I'm saying? You know, you married, you got kids.
Different perspective. Different perspective. I do too.
You got girls or boys or one on one?
One each.
Okay.
One each.
So how old are your kids?
Teens.
15
and 13.
Yeah.
Yep, teens.
Yeah, you ain't trying to reverse the clock, are you?
No.
All right.
That can tell.
I'm just saying, because if you're not trying to do that, then it's cool. It's cool to show your kids how to build wealth.
Oh, they already there.
I'm just saying. So I don't have to talk. I don't have to talk like I'm cool. I don't have to walk around like I'm 20 something, wearing my pants down to my ankles, and dread it out. And I don't have to do that. Nothing wrong with dreads, but saying I don't have to have that young look, because I'm not that guy anymore.
And my kids hold jobs in my business.
That's what's up. That's another thing
a lot of people don't know that.
That's another thing that people don't understand is how to hire their kids and lower their taxes.
Yep, that's right.
But I won't be talking about it. I won't be talking about it in detail. I might bring it up, but they need to come on to this business membership, because that's where all the magic is happening. So if anybody out there is interested, man, we got a business membership for $26 a month. We're not sitting here talking about threading the needle and embroidery and crafting and stuff. We actually talking about how to build a business, man. And if that's something that y'all want to do, all y'all got to do is message me. If you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube or Facebook and you see this, just drop membership in the group. Drop membership on the comment. But if you're on Facebook, if you're on TikTok, you can get in my messenger. You can message membership, or you can be smarter than me and go to the link in the description. That's a link tree, and there's a link that says membership. Here's another note for my content creation. I don't know why or how is it that people are finding our email address, but they're not finding our website. What do I mean by that? We get a lot of emails every day. And the email specifically asks a couple of things. Either directly, what is your website? Or how do I buy this? Or how do I shop? And I'm thinking, I'm not the smartest person, but the name of our company is The Blank Spot. The name of our email is info@theblankspot.com. It ain't connected. It's that people haven't figured it out. Or watch this. You can Google us.
Or search.
Or all of our business information is on our social media platforms. Then it came to me. People just want to be touched.
They want you to acknowledge them.
Take that to Walmart. I'm trying to build a business. People wanted to know. People wanted to know if you are actual business, because there's scammers out there. Listen, if you think somebody's scamming you, stay at home. Stay off the internet. Don't shop online. Go directly to the store and come directly back home. That's it. That's it. But it's crazy. People can find our email address and want to have a whole conversation back and forth. Hey, man, give me a call. Phone's on, give them a call. They don't have time. I don't have time to be going back and forth. We have a whole text thread in the email. Like, we're waiting on you. You know what? I was sitting around and I was waiting on you to see if you was going to email me today. I was wondering if I was going to get somebody to email me to ask me a question. Nobody sitting around waiting on somebody to email me. Y'all probably saying this guy don't want the customers. No, that's not what it is. I want for our business for people to use the system that we have in place to shop with us. That's not a hard ask. What's happening is most customers who shop with smaller businesses are not used to shopping with smaller businesses. They're used to hitting you in your messenger, hitting you on your IG, asking you for some stuff on a post, which is cool because you want interaction. But when you say, hey, email me here, or here's the link, or here's the phone number, we don't know how to have that communication. Most people can't communicate. I don't know where we dropped that ball in the communication lane, but most people cannot formulate a sentence on the email. Most people can't even talk in text.
When technology changed, that's when we lost it.
You think so?
Yes.
When we start typing on our phone?
I tell my daughter, I said, do not text me, call me. Because she likes to, but it's because I don't like to communicate. No, ma'am, pick up the phone and call me. You got something you want to tell me? Pick up the phone and call me. Do not text me.
But what if somebody owe you some money? What, you gonna text them? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna call them.
No, I'm just saying, but what I'm saying, but that's the young generation. What if somebody owes you something? Whether it's money or they owe you something. They owe you answers. So much stuff can be lost in translation when you're texting.
It can.
And at some point, you have to get off the email and you got to pick up the phone and say, hey, listen, yada, yada, yada. Hey, this is me. I just calling because, we're emailing a lot. You may have some questions, so on and so forth, but people don't want to talk. They don't want to communicate. Maybe they're at work. I don't know. This is my job right here.
Call it. They can call, 5-minute call.
Somebody said, how do we order custom screen prints? Email me. Go to the link in the description up here. You'll see the email up there. I'm glad you said that because I want to talk about custom stuff now. If you looking,
okay, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna run because I'm coaching. I gotta go coach.
I appreciate you.
My volunteer free time.
I appreciate you. I'm gonna follow back.
So
okay.
Hopefully I hop on here and catch you on here again.
Cool beans. Good night. Appreciate you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Let me get you off here. All right. So I said a lot. And I hope you understand. So Crystal, I couldn't see your comments because I had her up there. So I see them now. So how do you order custom screen print transfers? Go to the top where you see our email and email us. Okay. What I need you to do is, hey, you, this is me. I'm not trying to assault your intelligence. Okay. Not trying to assault your intelligence. Hey, you, this is me. I am looking for either a single color screen print transfer or I'm looking for something with multiple colors. The minimum requirement, we will let you know. We also are going to need to have see your image. Okay. because seeing your image is going to help us to cut to the chase if we can do it or if we cannot do it. All right. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. So yeah. So I wanna talk about custom. You're welcome. There are a couple of times as a person who sells t-shirts, there's a couple of situations where when you sell t-shirts that you're going to need to order custom transfers. Not a lot, it's a couple. One, if you have a brand. If you got a brand, then you should be doing custom everything. Everything should be all about you. If you are actually doing custom and personalization type work, then you may need some custom transfers. Those are the only times that I think that you should be doing custom. But we run into so many people, or so many people try to run into us, and they say, well, I have my own sayings and I want to do my own thing and yada, yada, this and yada. You're not looking to sell any t-shirts. Let's be honest. You're too emotionally attached to what's going on. You're not looking to sell t-shirts, because building a brand is going to be hard enough. Now you're not ready to buy in bulk. You're not ready to buy in large numbers one image or one transfer set. And I'm not talking to you, young lady. I'm just saying in general, people are not ready to buy 100 of these that says God Goes Grind. Most of the times when people say they want to do their own thing, they want 2 or 3. That's why it's important to understand the different t-shirt transfer processes. But I hear people all the time say, well, that's why I do DTF. Keep on doing DTF. You're not hurting my feelings. There's a purpose for every process. I didn't say I won't do DTF or I haven't done DTF. I just don't like it. Sublimation. Well, I don't like sublimation because my customers don't like white shirts. Your customers don't like white shirts, or you don't know how to explain to them how this works. We make so many excuses how not to make money. I've never seen so many people complain about not making money and talk themselves out of making money. It's graduation season. The easiest shirt to make, a 1 or 2 time wear, is going to be a sublimation shirt or a screen print shirt. Graduation, right? Graduation. Straight out of school. That's a screen print transfer. It ain't your customer. 9 times out of 10, your customer don't know what they're getting anyway. They don't know what you tell them. It's you. You don't want to make money. You want to make history. You're trying to go viral. And it's funny, man, because the idea of going viral means that you're going to blow up. And blowing up means that you're going to have to keep up. I've seen so many people go viral over the last 4.5, 5 years that we've been doing this on these platforms. And then you hear them talking about they going out of business. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. How can you go viral? You control how much product you put out. So if you have something that's out there and it goes viral, how can that put you out of business? You can turn it on and turn it off. You feel me? Let's say this design goes viral. It's a simple design. It's going to be in different transfer types. Everybody's got this transfer. God Goes Grinds. Let's say this goes viral because I'm wearing it. People are on here actually watching and listening, and they're interacting, and they say, hey, I want that shirt. And I can't order, me as a small business, I'm not talking about the blank spot, but as a small business, I can't order that many that fast. So I may be able to only have maybe 50 to 100 on hand now I may have the transfers, but I don't have the shirts. So I'm waiting on one or the other. turn it off. Here's the problem. It's two things. One, you ain't got no website. I said incorrect English. You ain't got no website. That's one thing. Or you do have a website. If you don't have a website and you're just putting it out there and you keep on taking orders, right? You keep on taking orders. Tell the people no. You think that if you tell them no, you're missing out on money. But if you keep on accepting things and you can't deliver, you're going to lose the customer anyway. If you do have a website, you have the ability to put an amount on your website. They can't order what's not available. It's out of stock. Maybe I'm just a plain country dude. I'm just plain and country. I gotta be just dumb as a box of rocks. Because it's not, people are overthinking it. How you going viral, then the next day you got to shut down? Or the next 2 days, I don't understand it. You say it makes sense? Maybe just to you, I don't know. The other 29,000 people that ain't watching, they probably need to be hearing it too. I don't get it though. I don't get it. I don't get it. So now we're going back to talking about custom transfers. If you're making t-shirts, if you're in the t-shirt making industry and you want to sell t-shirts, I promise you, with everything that's in me, you don't have to be different unless you are building a t-shirt brand, an apparel brand. People buy the same transfers every day off the rack. Every day off the rack. Every day. Every day off the rack. When we go to this event this weekend, we're going to sell a lot of the same transfers. You think people are going to be walking around talking about, well, I don't want that transfer. That person just bought it. No. We overthink this thing, man. We overthink this thing. But anyway, man, the topic was some side hustlers think that they're actual business owners. I stand by it. I'm going to talk about this some more. If anybody has a question about how to shop with us, our website is on every platform. You go to the front of the website and you can scroll and you can start watching. Thanks for the encouragement. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure you guys follow us on our Facebook. I'm talking to TikTok. I'm talking to TikTok. Make sure y'all follow us on our Facebook. Our Facebook is The Blanks Spot. 2 S's. Go to our YouTube and subscribe. It's free to subscribe on our YouTube. Hit that bell to be notified when we go live again, all right? If you want to shop with us, this is also our website. All right? If you're on TikTok, I'm telling y'all, man, it's going to come a time to where we won't be on TikTok. Y'all be like, hey, where's that funny looking guy that was on here talking smack? What was his name? And then now you ain't following because, don't be a victim to one platform. All right? So that's all I got, man. Thank y'all for jumping on. I appreciate it. I know y'all could have been anywhere else. Like I said, be on the lookout for our my wife probably ain't gonna do it with me, man. I might get her to entertain a little bit, but be on the lookout for my content creations because I'm gonna get on here and start talking smack. But like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. I will see each and every one of you guys at the top because it's too many people struggling unnecessarily at the bottom. Peace.